That's always one of the hardest things to do, is going up many weight classes to beat a naturally bigger guy. If he can do that, we're talking about he's one of the greats, you know?
For real. Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that damn shoulder.
From what you saw then from training, do you think he's carrying the weight well then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I saw it in his legs. I could see it in his arms and his shoulders, and it's distributed evenly.
Terence Crawford's preparation for his highly anticipated showdown with Canelo Alvarez has drawn attention after reports surfaced raising concerns. According to Top Boxing News, rumors are circulating that Crawford may be dealing with a lingering shoulder issue just days before stepping into the ring this Saturday. This speculation has left many fans and analysts wondering whether he will be at full strength and how such an injury might influence his performance under the bright lights. Former world champion Tim Bradley, however, downplayed the chatter. He argued that unless you're inside Crawford's camp, no one can truly know what's happening behind closed doors. Bradley stressed that when fight night arrives, Crawford will show up ready, injury or not. In his eyes, even if Crawford isn't operating at a perfect 100%, his determination, skill set, and toughness give him the tools to overcome any obstacle. Bradley's confidence paints Crawford as a fighter who refuses to make excuses no matter the circumstances. Instead, he enters the ring fully focused on delivering at the highest level, reinforcing his reputation as one of the sport's most resilient competitors.
Arrest. F that damn shoulder. We don't care about that shoulder. We don't care about that shoulder. Man, I see some bozos talking about, oh, his shoulder hurt and all that. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You just talking just to talk. You have no clue what's going on in Crawford's camp. No clue. So shut up, bozo. Man, tired of this, man. Golly. Even the stuff about Boots. Boots beating the hell out of Canelo. Fugazi. That's not true. That was not true. That was not true. Man, everybody always creating stupid-ass narratives just to get views, yo. For real. Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that damn shoulder. Bro, this is what we signed up for. This is part of being a fighter. That's what it's part of. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. This is what comes with it. That's it. Stop making excuses. Don't want to hear that, man. Hell no. No excuses. No team. Winner takes all on this one. That's how that go. Winner takes all. We don't want to hear no damn excuses by anybody. I know I don't. Hell no. Canelo win fair and square. He win fair and square. That's just what it is. He's the better fighter. Period. If Crawford wins fair and square, he's the better fighter. That's what it is. Period. I don't want to hear nothing about no weight. I don't want to hear none of that. Nope. They the same damn weight. That's what they are. On fight night...
Saudi advisor Turki Al-Sheikh, a key figure behind bringing major boxing events to the kingdom, expressed his excitement over the magnitude of this clash. He described it as the biggest fight they've hosted so far, emphasizing not only the scale of the promotion, but also the worldwide attention it has attracted. When asked about Crawford taking on the challenge of moving up in weight, Al-Sheikh responded with full confidence, stating that both fighters will step into the ring fully prepared and at 100%. His remarks highlight the professional environment being built around this historic event, ensuring that both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are given every chance to perform at their very best. For Al-Sheikh, the focus goes beyond the fight itself. It's about witnessing boxing history unfold in front of a global audience.
It's been good. It's been good. And this is the biggest fight in the last 10 years.
What do you make of Terence Crawford's shape? He posted that photo with the six-pack. How do you think he's handling the weight?
This is the fight, the biggest fight for them. And they will be ready 100%, both of them.
Thank you very much.
Oscar De La Hoya, Hall of Famer and Golden Boy promoter, weighed in on the challenges Terence Crawford faces in this matchup. He noted that stepping up to fight Canelo Alvarez represents a huge leap, particularly after more than a year away from the ring. According to De La Hoya, Crawford will need to deliver an almost flawless performance to overcome Canelo's power and experience on the other side. Canelo's approach may be far more direct. Absorb Crawford's shots, control the tempo, and use his natural size and strength to dominate. De La Hoya's perspective carries weight, drawn from both his legendary career inside the ropes and his years as a promoter. He highlighted how factors like weight and activity levels often prove decisive in shaping the outcome of marquee fights.
Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez.
When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, it's going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo, who's a natural 175. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard.
Right.
But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork.
Boy Anthony, Executive Club, getting a fresh haircut. But just want to talk about Canelo Crawford is coming up this weekend, and everybody's excited. Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches, but he cannot be comfortable in.
At the pre-fight press conference, Terence Crawford confronted the swirling rumors about his alleged shoulder injury head-on. Rather than showing frustration, he used humor and sarcasm to dismiss the speculation, joking about the supposed issue in a way that projected pure confidence. That Crawford's response underscored one of his greatest strengths, his composure under pressure. Throughout his career, he has proven himself to be a fighter who embraces the spotlight, never allowing distractions to rattle him or give opponents any psychological advantage.
Hey, Terence, how are you? This is Chava Rodriguez from ESPN Knockout. You know, to be involved in this kind of events has a lot of rumors, and you already know that everybody or many people saying that, I don't know if the left one, the right one, or both, but somebody says that you have some kind of problem in any one of your shoulders. Can you just clarify what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. Maybe the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders. Shh, keep that under wraps.
And finally, everybody say that Canelo is going to be the favorite in the stadium with a lot of people supporting him. But what about Omaha? Do you feel many people from Omaha is coming to support you this weekend right here in the...
Former welterweight champion Shawn Porter, who once went toe-to-toe with Crawford, offered a detailed breakdown of his physical preparation for this fight. After observing him during training camp, Porter praised the way Crawford has built muscle while making the jump in weight. He noted that the added size appears evenly distributed, with noticeable improvements in Crawford's legs, chest, and arms. For Porter, this transformation is especially significant because it shows Crawford hasn't sacrificed speed or agility to gain size. Instead, the growth looks deliberate and functional, designed to help him match up with a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo Alvarez.
Wrong when they're thinking of putting on weight for fights.
Most boxers don't lift weights. That's kind of the no-no in boxing. But as I like to say, when you're putting on weight, it has to be muscle. You can't put on fat. You can't put on, sluggish nothing. So the best thing a fighter can do when he's trying to gain 10 pounds to fight at another weight class is hit the weights, up your protein and things of that nature. I saw the man eat. The man is eating brilliantly. You know, he's doing it all right. And that's what I meant when I said, you know, when he decided to take on this challenge and Canelo Alvarez, it takes a good 2 years to successfully put on 10 pounds, along with successfully putting on 10 pounds to get your body to acclimate to that weight, right? So when people talk about him being out of the ring for 13 months, they really have to also accept they have to understand that he's been working and training for everything that he needs to do on fight night against Canelo Alvarez.
So you saw him in camp as he was building and putting that weight on, and you said that you think he's doing it right. From what you saw then from training, do you think he's carrying the weight well then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I saw it in his legs. I could see it in his arms and his shoulders, and it's distributed evenly. You'll get a lot of guys who are bottom heavy. You know, they don't have much on the top half. So once you get to the inside, they don't have a lot that they can do with you from this standpoint. I know a lot of people are concerned with Canelo Alvarez. Should he get in close? What's the strength situation going to be like? Well, Crawford's put on the right muscle mass in the chest area, in the ab region, and in the arms and things of that nature. I think he's going to be able to handle the strength just fine.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out.
Despite encouraging reports from inside the camp, Crawford found himself under scrutiny after a photo surfaced that appeared to show him out of shape. The image, taken during a meeting with Ilya, seemed to reveal a slight belly, sparking speculation about whether he was truly in peak condition. Online, fans questioned if the impressive training pictures shared earlier had been touched up to present a more favorable image. The stark contrast between the 2 sets of photos fueled debate over Crawford's physical readiness, especially with such a high-stakes fight ahead. For athletes at this level, however, such scrutiny is nothing new. Every detail is magnified, and every snapshot is dissected, whether it tells the full story or not.
Photos. I'm in the gyms all the time, and I was in the gyms when these photos came out. So the first photo that dropped was the one of Terence looking all jacked up and ripped and lean, and glistening and perfect lighting. And I think he actually posted it himself. And all the guys in the gym were like, yo, Crawford looks sick. He's in great shape. He's going to win. He's going to knock Canelo out, blah, blah, blah. Then a couple days later, the photo on the right comes out where he meets Ilya Zepura, and he looks fleshy and he doesn't look great. He doesn't, you know, like exactly the champ said, it's probably, you know, pre-workout. He probably just drank a bunch of water after the workouts. He's a little bit bloated. He's also not flexing. You know, he's
Respected trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas shared high praise for Crawford's physical condition after reviewing recent photos. In Atlas's words, Crawford looks scary in his current shape, evidence he believes that the fighter is primed for a career-defining performance. Atlas explained that he has backed Crawford from the very start of this matchup and remains confident in that prediction. For him, the deciding factor isn't just Crawford's physique, but also the determination and hunger that are clearly visible. He emphasized that this combination of focus, discipline, and drive is what could ultimately separate Crawford from Canelo. Known for his blunt, no-nonsense analysis, Atlas's endorsement carries weight, as he has built a reputation for being brutally honest about fighters and their chances in the ring.
Proposed. Well, a lot of people poo-pooed it. No, Crawford's too small. Forget about it. Doesn't make sense. When it was going through those times, I didn't hesitate. I said Crawford. I'm not changing now. I see, listen, both guys have gotten older. I don't know. I hope it's not. And I'll put the disclaimer out there first. I'm not poo-poo. I'm not raining on anyone's parade. I think it's a very interesting fight, and I hope it's a great fight. and they're making it so big. They're really bringing everything out for this fight. You know, Dana White, his first involvement in boxing, in promotion of a fight like this. I know he's involved with Walsh, the Irish kid, but I mean, his first really foray with boxing in this kind of way and level with Turki Al-Sheikh, and they're not holding anything back. I mean, they're putting everything into this. I remember how excited everyone was for the Mayweather fight with Pacquiao. As it turned out, it was 5 years too late. It didn't happen when probably it should have, to really give us a chance to really have a great fight. And people were very disappointed. And I'm hoping that
former champion Danny Garcia offered a straightforward take on Crawford's ambitions. He described Crawford as stubborn in the best sense of the word, pointing to his relentless drive to push into uncharted territory. Garcia reflected on boxing history, noting that while some fighters have achieved greatness by moving up in weight, others have struggled under the challenge. In his view, Crawford is facing the ultimate test. Should he succeed, Garcia believes his legacy will be firmly cemented among the all-time greats. His remarks strike a balance between admiration and caution, acknowledging both the boldness of the move and the risks involved. Garcia's perspective also adds valuable context to the broader conversation about weight divisions in boxing, where crossing boundaries has often created legends, but also exposed vulnerabilities.
Terence Crawford is trying to do what every great has tried to do, is go up in multiple weight classes and win. A lot of people, a few did it, a few didn't, you know what I mean? So that's always one of the hardest things to do, is going up many weight classes to beat a nationally bigger guy. If he can do that, we're talking about he's one of the greats, you know? But for me, I think Canelo will win a unanimous decision.
Let me ask you this, because you know, like
just because I could see the fight playing out like, all right, cool, it's competitive first 4 rounds, but I feel like once he feels his power a little bit, he might try to box him a little bit, and Canelo just walk him down. I could just see the judges probably give him the rounds for like aggression.
Let me ask you this, because I was just talking to Chris Colbert today. You know, funny guy. I know you know Chris. A funny guy.
My guy.
And you know, like, we was talking about the fight and stuff like that, and you know, we're talking about Canelo's power, but I'm more so interested in seeing how Crawford's legs look in like round 7, 8, 9, when you're putting on all that extra weight, all that extra muscle. Do you think that could bother him a little bit?
Even sparring in the gym, when you spar like naturally bigger guys, that's tough, because I was doing that for my last fight. And no matter, even when I got down to even when I was 160, I still look more like a welterweight, you know what I mean? Because my body frame, my body type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And guys who are naturally bigger, when they could be 160, but look way bigger than you, just because they got more body mass, they're like, their body's more bigger than yours, it's like they're